Cameroon. And were you already in Cameroon when Ben Ali took over power? Or were you still
before I went, he took over. But
okay.
Because my credentials have to be done with him.
Okay,
because
you have to wait.
when Bourguiba gave us it, the thing was the 3rd of November. And Ben Ali took over. He was prime minister. He was next to Bourguiba when Bourguiba gave us the things. And he congratulates us. But after 3 or 4 days, he took over. We cannot go with papers signed by the one who was not president anymore, you see. So some of my friends we were 12 ambassadors, and some of them were about to leave. Because between the 3rd and the 7th, you know, they finished vacation, everything, and then, but they told them to wait till we receive. He didn't receive us again because the ceremony with Bourguiba, when he gave us the letter, is a ceremony. You have to go there, and the press, and but after they sent us the paper through the foreign minister, we took them and we left. So Ben Ali was there. So in fact, when I went to Cameroon, I went as ambassador of the Tunisia. Ben Ali was president that time.
And then after Cameroon, what was next?
I came back here. I took. I stayed. I became director of diplomatic protocol diplomatique.
Oh wow! Okay.
Directeur du protocole diplomatique, which is a direction depending of the minister. The other directions are with the director general or whatever it is. Director diplomatique, which deals with all the problems facing diplomats only. I had nothing to do with the activity of the president or prime minister. The president has his own director of protocol. The prime minister has a small cell of protocol. But the foreign ministry, I have like 20 or 30 people working for me.
Oh wow!
Because you know they have that time when diplomats they have to buy alcohol or cigarettes or whatever it is, and then diplomats to get their visas. They have the right for the visa, or else they have to get plates, cars, and difficulties with their personnel or whatever it is. So you know, a director of protocol, when a new ambassador comes, before he goes to the president, he has to see the foreign minister to give him a copy of the credentials. But before seeing the foreign minister, he has to see the director general of protocol. He goes to see him first. And he's the one who arranges his meeting with the foreign minister. And after they give the copy to the foreign minister, then you have to arrange. We arrange in contact with the protocol of the head of state. That you see, so you have all that, and when you have of all those visits of foreign ministers come here, you are in charge of that. You know, see, we receive at least till now. I mean, we have now it's less, but when I was in activity, every 2-3 months we have a official visit of a foreign minister here. Which means you have to organize with his ambassador the program and all the activity, and then if there is a conference or there are any speeches to be done, you have to arrange with it. If he's from Asia, director of Asia department is involved with protocol. So the protocol is everywhere, you see. It's
yeah, it definitely is.
And then after that, yes, I left in '93 to Qatar for 5 years. And then I retired because that's
do Tunisian diplomats also have diplomatic passports?
Of course. Yes. With your family. Not the grown-up. But even grown-up, as long as they're studying till 25 or as long as they live with you, they are under your responsibility. They are en charge till they finish the diplomatic passport. But the day they stop studying, even at the age 18 now, if they stop studying, even if they are, they have to be studying.
Yeah. And did you join the foreign ministry right after high school, or did you also study something else before, or?
No.
What did you do
In
before?
fact, after high school, I told you, I joined the foreign ministry from high school.
Right away.
Right away from school.
Okay.
As a junior chancellor.
Yes.
Chancellor, yes.
Okay.
And then
Great.
I went to Geneva.
Yes.
And then when I got my diploma, I was raised, and then I had to pass exams.
Okay, you had the
exams. I passed the exam of counselor, then first counselor, and then after that to become minister. It's by choice.
Okay. So were you one of the first trained career diplomats, so to speak? Because you said the first batch were mostly professors.
I believe there was one. I was trained at the same time as Mr. Ben Yahya, who was foreign minister with Ben Ali for maybe 7 or 8 years. But before us, there was one. I was maybe the second promotion trained. Second promotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And so what happened inside the ministry and inside the Tunisian embassies in 2011? Did you hear stories or from different
during the revolution?
During the protests. Like, did anything change in the daily routines of diplomats, for example?
No. The foreign ministry, in fact, on the foreign ministry kept working normally, because the foreign ministry work is with the embassies.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
The only thing when the same people are there, nothing happened. I mean, except that after the elections, when Ben Ali was gone, they called the president of the assembly, who became interim president, Mr. Mubazza. And then the one who was prime minister with Ben Ali, in fact, stayed few days, and then when Mr. Mubazza came, people didn't want him to stay. So Mr. Ghanouchi, he was not involved in either the corruption or anything. He was in charge of the economic problems. Ben Ali kept him, he wasn't in the politics, whatever it is, he sent or whatever. So he wasn't bothered at all, and he lives close to here and very honest. So after that, the interim president called Mr. Qaid al-Sibsi, who is now the president, called him to run a government. They said, we want to have election to take the country to a process of election. And they had a board with many parties and the social organization and everything. Maybe they call it Council for the Revolution and the Protection of the Revolution. And this was meeting, and they run the country we are lucky that they run the country by decisions, but consensus isn't till the elections. And the election came, and Ennahda became first, and there are other parties. So Ennahda went with the party of Marzouk. He was supposed to be on the left, while Ennahda is so they had this three parties. Ennahda, with two others who have nothing to do with, they are on the other side, the three of them, and they appointed the foreign minister, in fact, was the son-in-law of Ghanouchi. That time, he took over the foreign ministry. The
What's
Islamist.
What's his name again? Rafiq?
Ghanouchi is a leader of Ennahda.
Yeah, but the son-in-law's name.
Son-in-law.
Was it?
Rafiq. Abdul Salam. And then, but the ministry is there. What they did, maybe they appointed 1 or 2 ambassadors or 3 ambassadors, but they couldn't change the ministry, because the directors are there, and it's technical work. I mean, they cannot you could take somebody, put it a governor, or but you cannot put a director of European affairs or whatever it is. They didn't have They didn't have the people for that.
Yeah.
Most of the people were not on their side. They were
Yeah.
laicism. So the foreign ministry didn't have any. Of course, the cabinet. He had some people in his own cabinet.
Yeah.
But he was saying.